Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now I got a comment from one of my previous videos talking about a recommendation for another video in regards to how do we keep ourselves heart-centered, okay, and heart-focused. And so we're going to discuss that, okay, and also talk about how you do that, okay. Now, what I will start off with is that there was a time or a junction in regards to my healing work here at Truly Holistic where I needed to take it up to another level, another notch. And that notch was a question for myself, and that was to figure out what reality was. Okay, and this is going to be a big chunk of this video, okay, because that allows us to be in that heart space. If we can figure out how the game of life or the game of this reality works, then we know what to avoid, okay, and what not to get distracted about, and then to use that to our use that for us to go to a place where we can stay in our heart space and ascend further on. Okay, so what I will mention to start with is that healing never comes from the mind. Okay, healing always comes from the heart, okay? Now, what I mean by that is that this is the human aspect of us, the mind, okay? And it's where fear comes from, actually. When you think about it, when we overthink things, we quite often lose control, okay? And when we lose control, naturally fear is created. And we create a lot of fear, okay? We are creative, we are powerful, and we need to bring more awareness and more consciousness in the way that we use our intent, okay? And also, especially with how we respond to things. We're always going to have challenges in life, especially if it's, if your intuition is being blocked. And we're going to talk about that there's another avenue that the lesson is trying to be taught to you, and usually it's a challenge. We call that kind of karma. A challenge in your life, whether it's a good experience or a bad experience, but it always depends on how you respond to that. If you're going to respond to in a way that, hey, this is not fair, this is not fair, I'm getting all this bad luck, why me, why me? But instead maybe looking at the approach that, what is this trying to tell me? What does this symbolize? And if you do it in that way, there'll be always a lesson to be learnt, and that means that's a positive thing. Whether it's a good experience or a bad experience, there's something to learn from it. And when you learn new knowledge and wisdom, you can ascend further up into a higher plane of existence, and have more of that love energy, okay, and stay in that heart-centered space a lot more. If we respond in a negative way or a bad way, all of a sudden we lower our own vibration, and all of a sudden we come back up here instead of that heart space. Okay, so what I like to give an example of this is protesting, okay, in regards to reaction. Again, protesting is a form of reaction, right? People are not happy about something, so they go into the streets and they protest, right? But the thing is that the protesting, the fighting fire with fire, the energy or the act that they don't like, they are giving the same energy as that. So they're actually fueling that problem or manifesting that thing that they don't want, that they're actually protesting about. Okay? All we need to do is send love to it. Okay? And that's what we always do. Again, staying in that heart space. Again, as a protesting thing, their outcome is to allow those people to hear their voices, right? In regards to what they believe in, okay? Now that person on the other end of it, listening to that, they don't necessarily get that response back because, again, they're fighting fire with fire, okay? It's not the right way to do it, okay? And all of a sudden those protesters, their awareness comes into here, not here, okay? So a big part of being heart-centered is being in the now, okay? And meditation is a practice of that, right? Or focusing on the breath, okay? It's about keeping the mind silent, because do you know what? When we meditate, it's an act of being in the now, and the mind is silent because all of a sudden we shift our consciousness from here to here, okay? So that's what all meditation is. So really, meditation, you don't need to cross your legs and close your eyes and go into a quiet space. Just do something that you love. That's something that you know you'll drop right into that heart space. And that's meditation to you. For someone, that could be gardening or pulling weeds out of the garden when it's a beautiful day outside. Somebody going for a hike, or somebody playing a sport or a game that they absolutely love and they're passionate about. And embracing the passion and the love they have for that. Again, go back into that heart space, and it silences the mind. Okay? Obviously, meditation also removes distraction, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. Now, one thing we must be aware of is that when we bring our consciousness into the heart space, we become more intuitive. Okay, because that's where we get our intuition from our higher perspectives of self, and our source self comes through the heart. Okay, and that's why, as a healer, especially me being a healer and other healers out there or intuitive people out there, if you want to have a big effect on other people or clients, you need to do it from your heart space. Okay. Now, fear naturally blocks intuition. Okay, because the mind controls the heart. We need to control the heart, the heart to control the mind. Okay, so fear naturally blocks intuition, and hence why there is a need for karma. As I say, our number one intuition channel, or gateway, or stargate, or portal is the heart itself, the sacred heart space. Now, if we don't get that intuition through there, and our mind is dominating the heart, and we become in a fearful state, because every single one of us, our purpose is to ascend. Okay, so there's a loophole in regards to how that lesson or that information gets to you, and all of a sudden it comes through karma. Okay, karma is learning the lesson. Okay, now if we don't learn the lesson straight away, then, and we stay up here instead of shifting that into this area here, then it remanifests itself. And that's where we get people saying, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep getting bad luck? Why all negative things always seem to happen to me? Okay? They're not understanding that karma that's coming to them, that challenge that's coming to them, is there for them to learn something from it. Okay? So, another aspect of it, in regards to staying in a heart-centered place, is also when we're in the now, okay, being present, we have awareness, and this is where the word consciousness comes from, to be aware, okay? All of a sudden, when we're in the now, we're more in the heart space, and we're aware and conscious of what is being channeled to us intuitively, okay? Now, so when we have that intuition, that guidance coming through, because remember, our higher perspectives of self, our source self, is not bound to this reality, and it's not bound to the limitations of time. So it can see the past, the present, the future. And one aspect you need to be aware of is it's called self, which means it's you. Okay? Your higher selves, your higher perspectives of self is you. It's just aspects of you that are not bound to this reality. They're those missing pieces of the puzzle, and reconnecting with your true self. Okay, finding who you really are. And that's what ascension's all about. The word ascension means to grow and evolve. And grow and evolve to be the one, and to be with the one, and the one is you, your true self. Okay? Instead of being in this conflict of what's my place in all this? Where do I come from? What am I here to do? It's about finding who you really are. Okay? So we need to have an awareness and a consciousness on where we place our focus. Okay? Because what I've found with doing healing sessions here at Truly Holistic is that we'll do the detective work in my charts, and then before I even come to make the clearing and form words, with sense of individuals, I can see they're already having a clearing done on them. And that's because my focus is already shifted to that. And that focus is, which is sending my energy to create that manifestation, is already happening. Okay? So what that tells me is when our energy is sent to that focus to manifest what you want to do. So we need to be aware not only about the way we voice our intent, but where we're placing our focus. And if for most of the day our focus is based on something that we don't want or we're having an issue with, then we're going to manifest more of the thing we don't want. Okay? So we need to have awareness of that. A perfect example of this, a question I commonly get, is how do I protect myself, especially on entity attachments and negative energies? Now, one thing I will say, a lot of these negative energies has been caused the way we're using our intent and our focus. Full stop, okay? Now, for example, with that question, how do we protect ourselves? If our focus is based on always protecting ourselves, then we will manifest something we need to protect ourselves from. The thing that we don't want, okay? So if we focus on always protecting ourselves, we are then going to manifest something in our reality that we need to protect ourselves from, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? Don't focus on the things that you're worried about. Focus on the things that you want to achieve, the positive things, the things that you want to, your goals, your heart's desires, okay? And your energy will go into manifesting that, okay? Now, we just touched upon it before. So the importance that everything is not just an external influence. It's not entities and energy, negative energy is always out to get me. It's not all about external. Majority of the time it's internal. Okay, it's internal. And the greatest protection of all is staying in that heart space. Being in the now. Because it keeps you in the high vibration. And therefore that's protection. So you're not even thinking about protection. Your focus is based on the now, awareness, consciousness, and enjoying and loving every moment. And when your focus is based on that, then you create that to be your reality. Okay? After all, we are the creators. Don't forget that. We are the creators. It starts with you and it ends with you. Okay? It's always about you. Okay? So don't put your focus too much on external things that are coming out to attack me, things are out to get me. You are the one in control. So control your focus, control your intent, stay in this heart space, live in the now, and enjoy every moment. That's all you need to control and focus on. And we are a natural emitter of frequency. So I hear a lot of people talking and worried about 5G, Wi-Fi, all these sorts of things. Mind control, that. Well, we are more powerful than that. We are the emitter of frequency, the most powerful emitter of frequency of all those. It just depends on the awareness and how you use your focus and intent. If your focus and intent is not on the things that you want, then you're the most powerful destructive emitter there is. But if you've got awareness and consciousness to your focus and how you use your focus and your intent, then you're the most powerful emitter. You can make anything happen. Okay? So, things in this reality, in this world. Politics. It's kindergarten distraction. Okay? That's all it is. You don't need it. You do not need it. Okay? There's a difference between being informed and misinformed, okay? And a lot of this is misinformation, and this is an ability to program you to stay here instead of here, okay? And that distraction programs you to stay here, okay? So your focus will go to that distraction and manifest more of it. And it keeps you in a state of a lack of control, which then breeds, you create it. You breed and create the fear, okay? Same with the coronavirus. Every couple of years, what is there? There's been SARS, there's been Ebola, you name it. Now the new one on the block is coronavirus. Again, it's all distraction. It's there to lower your vibration. don't need to know anything about it. If it's not right in front of you and part of your reality right now, you don't need to worry about it. Your world, your reality is right in front of you right now. That's all you need to know about. Okay? Now, what all that distraction does, as I say, it puts you in a state of lack of control. You lose yourself. And Ascension is all about regaining who you really are. So it's the complete opposite. Hence, you don't want to be part to do with it. You want to leave it alone. Okay? And as I say, fear blocks intuition. Okay? And hence, then you'll learn the lessons the hard way, through karma. Okay? Now, 2020, okay? The connection of 2020, okay? Well, obviously, in the year of 2020. And vision, okay? 2020 vision. Now, this is a manifestation year. Not because we are becoming more powerful, but because we can gain more awareness. Okay? We're in the apex of an ascension, and it's a small window for us to have a greater connection intuitively with our higher perspectives of self and source, which are outside of this reality. They're limited to this reality, and they'll give you the intuition, the guidance, as they can see everything happening. Okay? They're not bound to this reality of time, like a program of time, where they can see the past, present, future all happening all at the same time. While here, we have to take one step out and then in front of the next. Okay, so we need to listen to this this intuition. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to bring more awareness in regards to being heart-centered, more awareness, more consciousness to our intuition coming through at the heart space, being heart-centered, avoiding distraction around the world, because the distraction is trying to remove you from here and put you here. Okay, and this will enable a clear vision of the game of reality. And I call it a game is because we've been hoodwinked so long, and we are being hoodwinked into using our focus, our intent, our power to manifest the things that we don't want instead of the things we do want. Okay, so it's a game, and if you know how the game is being played out, this reality is being played out, then you're one step ahead. Okay, you're one step ahead of the game. You can almost know what's going to happen ahead of happening, and you can just look at it and laugh at it. Okay, that's what I do. Laughter is medicine because laughter is high vibration. Okay, and a lot of these things I just laugh at it. Things that people worry about, I just laugh at it. Wi-Fi, laugh at it. Politics, laugh at it. Coronavirus, laugh at it. Okay? And I hope you laugh along with me in regards to these topics, because we need more of it. Okay? Because the key out of this world, this reality, what we call a prison world or a matrix reality, is to find out who you truly are. And we can only do that when we stay heart-centered. Anyway, I hope you've really enjoyed this video. Comment below if you're interested in learning more about this or booking a session with me, and we can do some coaching. We can get you back in the heart space. We can get you as connected to Ascension in a very profound way. Go to my website, trulyholistic.net, and book an appointment there. Until next time, see you later.